How's it going, guys? Hope you're all having a good day. It's been a little bit of a slow one for us. We were in the city this morning and then came home and got home about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then did some fencing around the yard here so we could get the horses on grass. CP's still playing with it. Moved some grain feeders around, and a whole lot of arguing between myself and CP as to where and how we're gonna put our heifers, replacement heifers, for when the bull comes home and for breeding purposes and blah blah blah. Anyway, we're still gonna crowd breed, but I want to be able to give them grain. And I'm thinking that possibly the bull I bought, because he is a Hereford and he is smaller scrotumed, he does pass scrotal size, but he's pass for a Hereford is 33 centimeters and he is just 33. He's not oversized. So generally with oversized scrotal, they will recover quicker and be ready to breed another animal faster. So in this guy's case, he might do you, I don't know, 3 in a day max, so that they stick. So we were thinking, because our original home-raised heifer bull, he's feeling fine. So we're thinking we're going to split the group of heifers. There's 13 in total. And we'll put like 6 with the Hereford and 7 with the other guy, with the Angus Sim Cross. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Anywho, what am I in the shop for? Well, CP's been wanting one of these damn things for the yard. So I got to assemble this sucker. It is a tow behind aerator spreader. So I think it'll spread grass seed or dribble it down / fertilizer / blah, 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 whatever else. But it definitely needs assembly. So we're going to unbox this sumbitch and find out what kind of assembly is required. And go from there. I don't think it's going to be exactly what she was hoping to get, but we'll see once we get it assembled. We'll talk to you guys later. Well, there it is, guys, all assembled. What a little bastard to friggin' put together. All these goddamn tiny, dinky little friggin' number 10 nuts and bolts. Like I tell you, it was and getting into some of the little spots sucked. But anyways, there it is. I hope you didn't throw those books away. Book? Yeah, because that's your instructions on how to adjust your... This works your door at the bottom. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So see the silver part?
Yeah. Okay.
That controls how much product you're putting down.
Lots.
Yeah, in your case, you would just crack it wide open and go.
Go.
Anyway, that thing is done. It's supper time. I'm hungry. That's it.
You're hungry?
I'm hungry. Done. See you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, how's everybody doing this morning? She's getting green. Grass is growing. In approximately 3 weeks' time, we'll be sending cows to pasture. So yeah. But we're gonna go out with this 72-inch machine and try chopping down some more brush. It's we had a little bit of a drizzly rain this morning, so things are a little damp. I don't know how it's gonna cut because of the dampness, but there's only one way to find out, and that's get out there and give it a try. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and we'll bring you out back when we get out there. Later. Alrighty guys, well, we're out here. So if you remember the other day, we were, I don't know if that helps any, we were out here with the mower, and you can see where I cut and where I did not cut. All this area here, you can see that line right up all the way. So all that, we got to get to cutting all that down. I'm not even half done out here yet, but we are getting it cut back, and my hope is that the grass will start growing. We could come into here once it's all cut, and I can hit it with some graze on, and that'll get rid of any of these trees that, sure, I cut them, but they're not necessarily dead. So I could spray it with graze on or something, or a reclaim, and you can see the grass wanting to come. And that's just natural prairie grass. Normally would grow in the bush, but because the bush is so thick, and once these trees all leaf out, it's shaded too much, so the grass never does really grow in the heavy bush because of that reason. And that's the whole purpose of doing this, is to clean it up and hopefully get the grass to grow. Grass needs sunshine. It needs moisture, but it also needs sunshine. So I've got a couple of guys saying that this is a joke, I'm wasting my time, I don't know what I'm doing. Funny part is that I actually believe what I'm saying. Comments like that in the videos, and yeah, I believe the grass will get going. I don't see why it shouldn't. I'm not going to go in here with a disc and plow this all up and seed it to tame grass. That's not my intent. My intent is just to let the natural grass take off and get going. So am I doing the right thing? You guys let me know in the comments. Is this gonna work? I have no idea, but it's better than leaving it and not doing anything and having the bush take over all of our pasture lands. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work here. I'll bring you guys back a little bit later on. Check this out, guys. That looks like a scrape almost, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. That could be from a porcupine crawled up the tree. Yeah, I'd say it could be a porcupine crawled up the tree. A moose might have been along here and rubbed on it and sheared a bunch of the branches off, but anywho, how come I'm not in the machine? Well, so our cut line is just outside of this little opening, and our bush pusher guy, he came in here and he made a opening in here. See all this? And you can see where he pushed bush a little bit, trees, to open this little area up. And it would have been nice if he'd have gone up in that way more, but I was along the edge of the water, and I've done this in a couple other spots where I stayed on the edge, and then when I went to turn, she just dropped and I can't move. I tried pushing myself and pulling myself. I can't move at all. It's like muskeg. So waiting on CP to come with a tractor and a tow rope and a chain and yank me out of here. You got to do the old Saskatchewan yank 'em or jerk 'em, one or the other. So, but once I do get out, then I'll stay back a little farther. And my plan is to get in here and kind of take some of this down. This was never pushed in here. So take these trees down and then get back to my cut line is my plan. Moose droppings, they're everywhere out here. But to give you guys an idea, newcomers, you can see the grass in here, right? But when all these trees leaf out good and strong, even the short ones, they're all going to grow leaves, and that's going to canopy all this grass. It never really gets to grow. And that's the whole purpose of what I was trying to say and explain earlier, that you open it up, get areas like this opened up, then that grass will start growing better. And so that's my thought, that's my theory. Whether my theory is right or wrong, I don't know, but that's my theory and that's what I'm going to stick with. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. We'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty, well, we got her out. CP came to the rescue with Big Blue. But yeah, she's a little soft through there. So don't go in those areas, right? Now to make sure we can actually get the rest of the way out, I did move it. Ow. Free and clear, right? Okay, let's get out of here. I don't know where that goes, but there's a trail. Are we gonna get stuck down this trail or not? I have no idea. Let's find out. about that, guys? It came out to this trail that we've been using for as long as we've owned the farm, and then it got bushed in and we cleaned it up last year. You can see it right up through here, and there's an old hunting shack over there. So I guess I'll just work at cleaning this trail up a little better. We'll talk to you later. Alrighty guys, well, I did stop for a little bit. We went back to the yard, had a coffee and a sandwich, then came back out. I don't know what time it is now. It's, I'm sure, after 6, but this cut line, I think it looks a whole hell of a lot better than it did. We've got it done. Got that little spot where I got stuck. We got that all cleaned up. We found a couple more trails and cleaned those areas up. Gotta close the door here. So I'll just turn around here. So now, going up through this area, you can see all the brush that's standing. There, that's a little better. So this area kind of curves around, and I don't know how far it is. Maybe a quarter of a mile or so, not quite. And it leads all the way up to our east fence line. The fence line that runs north and south, but it's on the east side of our property. So now I got to work on that section, get that cleaned up, and then we can maintain it with either some graze on, like I said before, or reclaim, or a combination of both. I hope to get the guy back to do more brush clearing. We're not going to take all of the bush out, but I want to open it up more to give us more grazing acres. Talk to the neighbor to the north and ask them if we can push that whole fence line down and push the trees down and make a proper, build a proper fence out there, because that fence, it's been there for, God, I don't know how long, since probably somewhere around the 1970s. So that's a long goddamn time, like really long. It's pushing 60 years of age. So that fence line needs to be completely torn down and rebuilt. And I'd like to try and do that next year, if possible. Get the bush pusher guy to come back here this winter and push us a proper fence line, and then do another couple cut lines, or one more cut line inside the big bush area. Anyway, last but not least, give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and in your comments, don't be an asshole. Sorry, Chad, that you had to go through that, Chad Tosh. Yeah, we had one guy that was commenting, and I'm gonna guess he's from Ontario. Some keyboard warrior type guy. And yeah, don't be an asshole. Keep your comments, if you ain't got nothing good to say. If you want to say something bad, that's fine, but relay those to me, myself. Don't bring my subscribers into what your beliefs are. Anyways, yeah, keep your comments to yourself. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And as far as everybody else, if somebody does comment to you, you know what? Just blow it off if you can, and don't even respond to them. The guy that was commenting, I blocked him, so he can basically piss off. Anywho, again, thumbs up or down, whichever you guys feel. Comment, subscribe. Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done.